Hi, it's Dorothy Guining with Scrapbooking Quebec. Today I'm here for Mercy Tiara Kits, and I'm going to be creating a quick and easy 12 by 12 layout and teaching a fun technique for inking. This layout features the February 2024 release called Nostalgia. It's super versatile with a varied color palette, and it includes material from Vicki, Boutin, Simple Stories, and more. So here's the material I've selected for today's layout. It's mostly from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection, which is part of the Nostalgia Kit. And everything I use will be listed in the description box below. And I will put a link to the Mercy Tiara Kits website as well, because that's where you can purchase the Nostalgia Kit. Also, I will put a link to my unboxing video as well. Here's what's on my desk. I'm going to keep the first part kind of slow because I want to show you how I set myself up. First, I prepared a frame style foundation page with 3 sheets of paper. I did round the corners on the white cardstock, and I also gutted 2 of the 3 papers. Now, there is a tutorial on my channel where I explain how to do that, so that's going to be listed and linked below. I have 3 photos of me and my scrap room. So 3 small square photos. These are double matted, and that blue paper in the mat comes from the paper that I gutted from behind the foundation page. I also showed you that for one of the 3 photos, I have foam adhesive behind it because I plan to use that as my focal point photo. I also have a bunch of fussy cut flowers, and I'm going to show you the flip side because I fussy cut these flowers from the paper, once again, that I gutted from behind the foundation page. The flip side of that aqua paper is a beautiful floral from Vicki Boutin. Also, here's my embellishment tray. So my main embellishments are going to be those fussy cut flowers. But in addition to that, I will be digging into some other stuff as well. So I'm showing you the Ephemera pack from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection. This is quite a general themed collection, but there are crafting themed embellishments within the embellishment pack. So I pulled those out because these are scrap room photos after all. I also have this small embellishment pack from Vicki Boutin. These are little paper clips, so they are made in cardstock and acetate. I also have some sequin mixes here, and the one on top is from the Nostalgia Kit. I have a few others as well. These are all actually from Mercy Tiara past kits. In addition to all of this, I have some cardstock stickers, again from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection, and the alphas that I use are from Thickers, and this is all from the Nostalgia Kit. Again, it is listed and linked below. Now let's start doing the foundation page. So I'm going to show you an easy inking technique. You can see I have created myself a little template here. So basically, I took a piece of inexpensive white cardstock, trimmed it down to 11.5 by 11.5, the same size as the white in my foundation page. And I cut a circle from the middle using the Creative Memories custom cutting system jumbo circle. My circle measures about 8.5 inches. I also selected some ink. The ink I have is from Stampin' Up. The color is Soft Succulent. And I selected the color using the Mercy Tiara newsletter as a guide. Each one of the kits comes with a newsletter, and in the newsletter there is a color palette. So from my stash, I found myself an ink that would coordinate, and now what I'm going to do is ink myself a circle right in the middle of my foundation page. The first thing I'm going to do is secure my template in place using a low-tack mint tape. At this point, I'm realizing I had cut down my white cardstock to 11.25 by 11.25, but it was totally unnecessary. I could have kept it at 12 by 12 and it would have made absolutely no difference at all. Oh well. Anyway, I'm securing it in place, and then what I will do is start applying ink. And I'm going to be using a Picket Fence Studio blending brush. I'm just trying to center it there. Even if it's a little bit off center, I don't think it would make much difference because I am going to be layering a lot of stuff on top of this inked circle. So I'm going to start inking in the middle only because I have made blobs in the past when I start blending. In this case, it didn't seem to happen, but that's why I started in the middle, because I knew my photos would be more or less in the middle. So now I'm blending out or inking out towards the edge of my circle. And as I'm applying the ink, you may notice that with my other hand, I am holding the template in place. I really don't want this template to move because I want to have kind of a nice crisp circle in the middle of my foundation page. So I've sped this up. I continue doing the very same thing, and I keep inking until I get the intensity and color that I want. Now I'm going to remove my template. I'm going to save my template, however, though. Anyway, I am removing it, and there I have a nice circle right in the middle of my layout. So I'm going to place my three photos right in the middle here. I'm not going to adhere them right away, but I'm going to play around with placement with my embellishing and title and all that kind of stuff right now. My title is going to go in the bottom right, and I'm showing you I have it on wax paper. It's my space. I probably would have liked my scrappy space or scrap room or something, but I no longer had any R's. I've used it quite a bit already this month. Now I am going to get out the rest of my embellishing. So you can see it's all spread out around me here. The flowers there, I basically piled them up by color. I also have the stickers here, again, from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create collection. In this little pot, I have a few of those paper clips from that small embellishment pack from Vicki Boutin. They are really, really cute. There are tons of them. For each layout so far, I've put like one or two, but I have tons of them left. Also, here is the ephemera pack, and I'm showing you once again that from that embellishment pack, or ephemera pack, I should say, I selected anything that had to do with crafting. I find when I create a layout with flowers, or sometimes I do it with leaves, I love using flowers and leaves as the base layer to my embellishment clusters. It's just easy for me to create a layout, and they are so general themed. But when it is a themed layout like this one, my scrap room, it's really fun if I can tuck theme-based embellishments within these clusters. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing in this video. So I'm going to be creating two embellishment clusters, one in the bottom right, that's going to be my bigger embellishment cluster, and a repetition of that in the top left. I often speak about this in my videos. When I create embellishment clusters, I like to do them in different sizes with different visual weights. In this case, I'm only doing two, so I want one to be bigger and another one to be smaller. Sometimes I do that with three embellishment clusters. There's another thing I like to do when I create embellishment clusters. The elements within the embellishment cluster, I like them to be different sizes as well. And this one is actually kind of presenting a challenge for me because a lot of my fussy cut flowers are quite big. The dark blue ones are smaller, but I'm kind of liking the soft vibe that I created with that inked circle, so I don't necessarily want to add a lot of dark blue in there. Anyway, I'm doing my best with the flowers that I have. You may notice in the bottom right, the pink one, for example, is quite a bit bigger than the daisy. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking when I'm creating the embellishment clusters with the flowers. Now I'm coming in with some of those crafting pieces. So I started with the scissors and then tucked in a few paintbrushes and a pen, I guess, there. Anyway, it just adds a bit of length there up along that embellishment cluster on the right. Now you may notice as well the florals on the top left. Those again are quite big. I want that cluster to be smaller so I can add fewer flowers, of course, but to adjust the sizes, basically what I'm doing is I'm tucking the flowers more underneath the photos. You may also notice as well I tucked in a few paint brushes as well. So I will want to do some finishing touches, but at this point, I like how it looks and nothing is adhered to the page. So I'm going to start adhering. You saw me come in with my phone. I did snap a quick photo because I just basically liked how it looked and I wanted to repeat it. I don't do that often enough, but in this case, like I said, I really liked it. So I thought, what the heck, it's an easy technique to do. I am starting by adhering the photo over there on the right. I will keep the focal point photo, the photo of me there, loose for the time being. That's the one with the foam adhesive, because I do plan to create a cluster around it and a lot of it is going to come out from underneath it. And now I'm adhering the photo towards the top left. So I'm getting out my phone. I'm going to refer to that photo I took and I'm going to start creating my clusters there. So again, I am layering some of them up underneath that focal point photo. I keep referring to the phone there, tucking them in. I'm trying to repeat it. I can't get it exactly, but it is helping, I must say. For that daisy one, I do want to pop it up on foam adhesive, and these are just paper weights. So I punched myself out a circle from heavier cardstock and adhered it behind it. I'm adding a bit of foam adhesive, but I'm not actually going to adhere the flower quite yet because I have some other stuff to tuck underneath it. But I am going to adhere that photo because I have the two main pieces that go underneath the photo down already. Now what I'm going to do is adhere the longer pieces, the crafting pieces. So I have the scissors, the paintbrush, and it almost looks like a little fountain pen there. I'm going to wait to adhere that daisy right now because it is going to be popped up and I want it to kind of overlap but not hide my title. I am aware that my title is white on white. I am creating kind of a soft minimalist look here really, but I still want my title to stand out. So part of my title standing out is going to be that daisy, which will overlap it a bit. And you're going to see at the very end, I come in and do something else as well to help that title stand out. So right now I am just adhering my title starting right underneath my photo. I'm not going to make you watch all of this. So now you can see my entire title is adhered. I continued with my T-square and then I adhered my daisy on top, and it, as I mentioned, it kind of overlaps my title, but it doesn't hide my title. Now I'm adhering the elements in the top left corner. And again, to control the size of those flowers, I'm basically tucking them further underneath that photo. I'm also coming in with a few of those paintbrushes there and having them stick out, kind of repeating what is in the cluster at the bottom, only much smaller. So again, I have two embellishment clusters in two different sizes, and I did kind of work with the flowers, doing the best I could to make them look like there were different sized flowers within each cluster. Now I'm looking for a few finishing touches. So I am aware that my title is kind of white on white. So I'm looking for something, maybe a few words, something like that to stick underneath the title. I come with this black one. I think it says currently. It doesn't end up staying there. You're going to see another one at the very end. I also find a little pink heart. I end up popping that up on foam adhesive in the cluster in the top left. I do love my scrap room after all. I am playing around a bit with those little paper clips. One does end up getting on my layout. You'll see that at the end as well. I am contemplating putting sequins. I don't end up doing it. I may do it by the end of the month in my layout share. And anyway, here is my finished layout. So off camera, I added a word sticker beneath the title just to highlight the title a bit more, and I stamped the date as well. The only other addition was a heart paper clip that I tucked among the flowers in the bottom right. This is a super minimalist, soft colored layout, but I like it. It's kind of the mood I'm in today, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd greatly appreciate a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, Scrapbooking Quebec, I would be honored and thrilled if you did. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very, very much. Make sure to check out the Mercy Tiara Kit shop for the Nostalgia Kit and much, much more. The links are below. Take care, and I will see you soon on YouTube. Bye-bye.